Yeah, Walt, will you also be recording the breakout sessions or just the main session?
That's a good question. I'll probably be recording the main session and then maybe the breakout that I jump into.
Cool.
Yeah. Any other questions? Great. And let's see. I think and we have a couple of observers with us today. Dr. Kabler and Travis at Langley are just here to observe and help monitor as part of support to the cohort. All right, okay. Steve, over to you.
All right, well, welcome everybody. So to move us along here, as Walt laid out, the purpose here today is really to explore this DiSC as a tool not only for this session, but really for future workshops, future one-on-one coaching. We'll continue weaving some of these concepts back in because it's a really fantastic tool for self-awareness, reading other people, and then adapting your leadership approach and style to different situations, different people, different contexts. So real excited to start this journey with you. And we're asking that, for these workshops, consider the following success factors. As Walt said, we'll send you some really practical materials ahead of time. So you got the book, you got the module on the DiSC, everything DiSC Insights for adaptability. We sent you a handout that had the team profile on it with some key points to consider. So with every one of these workshops, there'll be some really good materials to aid in your learning. We ask that you think on paper. So as we're talking, as we're having great conversations, go ahead and capture your ideas as they emerge. So do that thinking on paper. When we do have breakouts, when we do have peer coaching opportunities and triads and so forth, test your assumptions. So this is your opportunity to try some different approaches out, see how things land. Lots of peer coaching, lots of self-awareness, and lots of reflection will be provided throughout the course of this session. So the first thing we're going to do is take a look at this concept of DiSC. So you all got your DiSC reports. You read the first part of that module to give you the high-level overview of the concept. So we're just going to hit some of the key concepts here, but really the bulk of our time here today is going to be around actually doing something with this information, applying the information. So if you would have your own individual level reports handy, this is where we'll dig into those. So go ahead and pull up your reports, and you'll see, turn to page 2, and your page 2 should look like this. So the key points on this page are that there are these 4 basic styles, associated with the DiSC: the dominance, influence, steadiness, and conscientiousness. There is no one best style. All styles are equally important. Again, it's all about self-awareness and understanding how to adapt to the situation and to others around you. But there is no one inherently best style. And in fact, everyone is really a blend of all 4 of these styles. But even though you might trend towards 1 or 2 of them, we've got a little bit of each of these in us. So again, DiSC really, really important for increasing that personal insight and that empathy, which is really important for building trustworthy relationships as a leader. So on page 3, this page is all about your dot, right? So some of you may have taken DiSC in the past where it was presented more of in like a bar chart graphical form. This version of the DiSC, it relies on computer adaptive testing. It's much more accurate, and it also plots you on a circle instead of using the graph style. So couple key points here. Your dot indicates your style. So in this example here, this individual is scoring as an SI, and it will say right on the page your DiSC style is. So that's what your style is. The closer to the edge, the stronger the inclination. So again, there's no inherent right or wrong place for your dot to be. The closer you are to the edge, the more a lot of this commentary should ring true in your report. The closer you are to the middle, again, you might be exhibiting some of the characteristics of many different of these styles. One advantage to being a little closer to the center is people that are closer to the center are able to flex a little bit easier to some of the other styles when necessary. But again, no inherent right or wrong in terms of where your dot is on the circle. So here's the first place where we'd ask for you to do a little customization. So again, the closer your dot is to the edge of the circle, the more these comments should ring true. But again, it's not going to be 100% you when you read some of this verbiage. So this is the first place where we really want you to think about what you're reading here and customize this. So we would ask that you do two things here as you spend a couple of minutes reading down through page 4. As you're reading down through here, if you agree with the statement, just go ahead and put a little check mark next to it. If you don't agree with the statement, put an X, and if you're not sure, put a question mark. But use this as your time to really fine-tune, customize your report to best fit you. And then one other request is underline a statement from each category that you think best describes you. So if something really jumps out at you, oh man, that just nailed me, just go ahead and underline it. So just take about 2 minutes on your own, check, question mark, X, underline, really make this report your own. And when you're done, if you could just put a green check mark so we know when to continue.
I'm sorry, I missed it, the green check mark,
Yeah.
if we're finished.
Yes, please. When you're done, if you click yes, we'll know when to continue.
Okay, well, I'm finished. I don't know
Okay.
where that yet. Yeah, I don't see I see the reaction little buttons at the bottom, but.
Yeah, in the participant window, the very bottom of the participant window, you should see like a
Oh, I
green
see.
check. Okay.
Got it. All right, thank you.
While waiting for you to finish up, if there was a sentence or a phrase that really jumped out at you that you think really captures you, go ahead and type that into the chat window as well, just so we can get some interaction going here.
I'm sorry, Steve, you said copy paste in something that seemed really striking?
That's right. One of the that you underlined, boy, that just nailed me. If feel free to go ahead and type that in the chat window. So Nolan, you tend to speak up when you see a problem. Thank you for sharing, Nolan.
Sure.
All right. So it looks like we're good. Ben, do you need any more time? All right, let's go ahead and move on. So by a show of hands, how many people felt that by and large, this is me? And you can either hit the hand raise, reaction button, whatever. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this it's scary how spot on this thing is. All right, so good to see we've got some good convergence there. So on page 5, just want to point out, again, we're going to move through here pretty quickly, get to our application. You'll notice around the outside of the circle, there are these what are called priorities, these words. So for example, in this case, this person's an I, the priorities of action, enthusiasm, collaboration will come out. Nalan, who just shared with us from his that he likes to identify issues, move the close. So you could see as a D, Nalan, your priority is going to be challenge, results, and action, which very much aligned to what you just shared there. Okay. And Stephanie, you're likely to have a stubborn streak, and when someone challenges you, you may dig your heels in even further. So again, yeah, Stephanie, who's you're the CD, and you can see that challenge, right? That challenge priority showing up there as a workplace priority. Now, for some of you, you might actually find that you're going to have what's called a tail. So in this case, you can see over here, this person actually has a tail. So if they were shown up as a pure I, these would have been the items that came up. But based on how they answered their results, they actually have a tail over to accuracy as well. So it's not uncommon that that might be the case for you. So again, anything in bold here, these are, most people have 3, 4, or 5 of these key priorities that really drive their style. Okay, so on page 5, it gives you a little more information on these priorities. So you see at the bottom. Again, take a minute and do a quick scan at the bottom half of the page here, what priorities shape your workplace experience. And just like you did on the prior page, if you feel that, hey, this is a good representation, go ahead and put a check. Put an X if you don't agree with the statement. Okay, so again, yes, if you can put a green check when you're done here, we'll move on. Thanks for sharing, Kevin. So I'm assuming that's that accuracy accuracy priority, Kevin, as a C that you're indicating there. All right, this next page is always a fun one. This this page captures what tends to motivate and stress us out based on our style. So this is one that I would ask as you customize this one. Read down through here and really pick out your top two from each list, your top two motivators, top two stressors, and again, if you would be so kind as to share a stressor or motivator in the chat window. Well done, Ben. I'm complimenting you on a job well done. Okay. Saying no. Yes, Nalan. So yeah, if you've got that tail that's sort of not consistent with the D, you'll see how the language in here we'll call that out. Yeah, unlike others with the D style. All right. Okay, so again, guys, if you could put your green check if you're ready to roll, we'll move on here. All right, so Stephanie, looks like we're good. David, you good? Ready to roll?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right, excellent. Okay, so what we're going to do now is again, given our time constraints, we really want to get into the application component here. And let me also say this: as you do your 360 surveys, and you and I sit down to go over the results, we can spend as much time as you want one-on-one as well, talking about your DiSC results and the 360 results, how they integrate and combine. So even though we're rushing through the concept portion here and not able to talk about your specific results, just know that we will have some really good one-on-one time where we can talk about your individual results and integrate with the 360. So on page 7, you'll see the profile overview that just has some really good high-level information about each type, what motivates the type, the fears, limitations, etc. Also on that handout that Walt had sent out ahead of time that had the team profile on it, that also has some good high-level information about each of the four styles. You can see your team's overall profile. What we're going to do now is have a little bit of fun with the concept to really to make it real. So we call this activity the design a car activity, and we're going to have to get creative here if our annotate's not working. Now, I did want to ask everybody, if you go up to the very top of the screen and hover above where it says Steve Morgan is screen sharing, does it pull up a black menu bar? Somebody notice the remote control? Like, is there a more, all the way to the right of that black bar, is there a more option? And is annotating there? Because I did a quick search and I cannot find why annotate is not showing up on yours. So when you hover above Steve is screen sharing, it doesn't bring up a black menu bar?
I see there's a green bar that says you are viewing Dr. Steve Morgan's screen, and then immediately to the right of that is a view options drop down, which is black. Options in there are fit to window or original size. There's a divider bar, and then it says request remote control. Okay. And I don't see any other. There's like the full screen button. There's the thing that tells me that it's recording.
Okay.
Encryption notification and the little info thing. That's all I've got.
Okay, so if you hover above where it says Steve is screen sharing, it's not pulling down another menu.
No, okay. There's nothing there.
It doesn't look like they have that function in that list.
Right. Interesting. Okay, so let's get creative here, because what we wanted to do was send you into breakout groups, a D breakout group, an I, an S, and a C breakout group for this activity, and have somebody in each of those breakouts capture on the whiteboard the output from the from your conversation. So I know a couple of you can access the whiteboard and annotate. Let me ask you this:
you might be able to use PowerPoint.
Yeah. If you and we'll rotate around the groups to see if this works. But when Walt kicks you into the breakout groups, we need one person in the group to share the screen, share the whiteboard. And if you can share the whiteboard, hopefully you can whoever's sharing the whiteboard can annotate themselves. Other people just won't be able to annotate on top of it. So hopefully that might work, Walt. Other people can't annotate on the whiteboard. If we have one person open the whiteboard, hopefully you can capture what the rest of the group is saying. If not, like Walt said, you can just open up PowerPoint on your computer, or Word or what have you, and just start typing or drawing, or worst case scenario, pull out a blank piece of paper and actually pen and paper, and you can draw, and then we can just take a picture of it and share that afterwards as well.
Right.
But here's what we're going to do. In your DiSC style group, you're going to design a car that actually captures the essence of that pure style. Okay. So for example, like in the D's, like a common thing that might come out of this would be like a red Ferrari, right? Something that goes really fast. In the I group, double decker party bus with the hot tub on the roof. The S. The S is like a Volvo that's really looking out for the passengers inside and providing the safety. The C, something that's really highly engineered and has a lot of instrumentation and data available at your fingertips. But have fun with this. So in your group, what would be an automobile that would best represent our pure style? And we're going to design and draw it. So you might want to go back, to this page where it talks about priorities, motivating, what motivates, the fears and so forth, to come up with some adjectives or other prompts that we want to incorporate into our drawing here. But what is that car that best represents our pure style? And then if we were to put a bumper sticker on the back, what bumper sticker would best, what motto would best capture, again, the essence of this style? So this is your time to be creative. There's no right answer, wrong answer here. Just have fun with this. We just really, the intent here is to really capture and understand what this style is all about. So Walt's going to kick you into your breakouts, in the breakouts, I will put, actually, you know what, I will put this in the chat window so everybody can see what your assignment is. Okay. Everybody see that in the chat window? All right, so
Yep.
Walt's gonna kick you in here. You're gonna have, let's say 8 minutes, Walt. 8 minutes in their group to draw something.
All right. Let me set the timer for 8 minutes.
And again, one person try to share a whiteboard. So go to share screen, pick whiteboard, and when you're done, underneath the annotate button, when you're sharing, you'll see a save button. Hit save, and it'll say show in folder, and then you can just drag and drop that to your desktop, and then when we're back in the large group, we can pull that back in. Okay. And hey guys, worst case scenario, don't stress about this. Worst case scenario, you can just tell us what you drew. Okay, you can just, we can paint the picture if the technology isn't working. All right, so Walt, go ahead and kick them into their groups, and we'll rotate around.
Here we go. I didn't sign you a group.
Okay, so you should see at the bottom, Walt, there's an option for you to join a group if you want.
Okay.
Do you need me to go in? Is there somebody by themselves?
No one's by themselves. We just have no eyes that are part of us today. Marie and Michael didn't join yet.
Okay, so who's in the I group?
Well, Marie and Michael. So, but they didn't join, so we have no eyes.
Okay, I can just speak to the I, like what I've seen in the past.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything about not being able to see the annotate.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's weird that it's just not showing up.
So I put Dan and Nolan and Stephanie are in the D group, and Ben and Crystal are now in the S group, and David, Gutam, and Kevin are in the C group.
Okay.
So how do I join a group?
It should say join. What are you seeing?
Oh, I say I can click on join.
Yeah, and there should be something like broadcast a message to all. So if you wanted to say, and you should see a timer there too, right? You have a timer
I don't see the timer.
in the breakout groups. It's not counting down.
No. I
But
had set the timer for 8 minutes.
and they will kick out at what time?
They'll kick out in 8 minutes, and then it'll give them a 60-second warning.
Okay. So that might go to 8 minutes, and then they would have 60 seconds after the 8 minutes. So that broadcast, like if you wanted to give the group a heads up, again for future reference, hey, 2 minutes left, guys. You could send that message to everybody.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Or if you wanted to send the instructions like I did in the chat window, if you wanted to
All right.
send those, in fact, if you wanted to copy and paste those just to experiment, you can copy and paste what I put in the chat window.
Okay.
And then hit broadcast message to all.
Yeah.
And then you could just paste that in there, and that will go to everybody so they can see that again.
Let me send that broadcast. Okay.
So,
Well, let me drop in and see how one of them is doing right now.
okay.
I have to go back and see what I was. Oh, who's on? Hey, well,
Hey, I'm just dropping in.
okay. So we're just getting started.
Okay.
I'm trying to, I thought I had access to the board, but I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't see it either when I go to share screen. It just
So you don't have the annotate function, right?
I
don't
did
even
one
have the right
on the other
function.
screen,
Oh,
but not on this one. It seems to be.
not in the group.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Oh, let me see. Let me see if maybe it's under. Nope.
Chat.
Do you see it well on yours?
No,
Maybe.
actually, you're right. I don't see it either now. I saw it, in the main session, but not in the
No.
breakout. That's weird. I'll have to ask Steve what that means.
So, okay. So we don't have to draw it then, right? They said.
Yeah, I mean, you could take a piece of paper or use PowerPoint or, use your hands,
Okay.
The idea is just to come up with the characteristics that you think your car would have.
Got it. Okay. Ben's got one. Okay, good.
Hey, Walt.
Hey,
It looks like there's a few people that need to duck out at 1.
yeah, I think they called an all hands or something.
So my recommendation would be, I mean, we're going to wind up having like 3 people left.
Right.
Do you want to just give them what we were going to do at the peer coaching as an assignment for their triads?
Yeah, we can do that.
Right? Because that would make sense.
Yeah, because I'm going to send them their triad assignments tomorrow, so we can just add that on.
So we can do a quick, get them back here quickly, and well, before 1, just let them know, hey, we're actually going to make a game time decision here since this all hands meeting was called, and we're going to take what we were going to do here peer coaching wise, and that's going to be our first frame for the triads.
Right.
So you're going to take that assignment, and I'll put it up on the screen here. And this is what you'll talk about in your peer coaching groups.
Yeah. And by the way, I dropped into Crystal's. I just dropped into the S group with Crystal and Ben. And Crystal, was using the app. And when she was in the main session, she saw the drop down with the annotate. When she went to the breakout, it no longer has that has that ability.
Well, she should be. If she was she sharing her screen?
Yeah. But when I dropped down, I lost that I lost that drop down too. I couldn't find my annotate on mine in the breakout. So anyway, she's using PowerPoint now because she couldn't find the tool in the breakout for some reason. So I'm not sure we're missing something there.
Yeah, when you're in whiteboard, right to the right where it says view, like, but if I'm sharing underneath view, it'll still say annotate.
Yeah, there was nothing, no command line or no bar there to even click on.
All right, so when they come back, we'll just let them know that this, if you can see this,
Yeah,
this will be their homework assignment in their triad.
right. Yeah, this will be part of their homework in the triad.
And then I can talk, again, we'll work with them one-on-one in their feedback session to talk through more of the specifics of their individual DiSC report and the LVI and integrate them together.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's understandable last minute, there's these things are showing up on their calendar like this. Well, the folks that are here seem to be engaging around the report. So
Yeah.
Yeah, so when I hit share screen, whiteboard, yeah, try that yourself. Hit share screen, whiteboard.
Okay, share screen. Oh, whiteboard, there it is. Okay.
Yeah, no, you can see the annotation tools.
Yeah, I can see that fine at this level. I couldn't find the way to do it in the breakout for some reason.
All right. Okay, so when they come back, since people need to bolt here in about 8 minutes, do you want to make that quick announcement before we hear what the groups came up with, or do you want to have them do a quick share and then?
Yeah, we should probably let them know what the change in plans are.
Okay, so hey, game time decision. Looks like a few of you need to drop off for that all hands meeting. So I'll get that.
I'm trying to figure out where the timer is though.
Yeah, there should be a timer in the breakouts.
Yeah,
like when you click breakout, it should have a countdown timer going.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Well,
it has the option to close all rooms.
Yeah, maybe you want to broadcast 30 more seconds or something like that to get them back.
Yeah. So send them now?
Yeah, I would say, hey, 30 seconds and please come back. And then in 30 seconds, just close the room. Yep, I got your message.
Okay. Where does that go? In the chat?
Well, for me, it's just showing up as a blue box because I'm not in a breakout, but it should be like a blue box showing up on everybody's screen when you type a message like that in.
Okay.
So they're using a web, what'd they say, a web?
Yeah, so they're not allowed to download the Zoom app. That's what the
Okay.
NASA security is prohibits you because of security concerns. However, if you get invited to a meeting, you're allowed to join the meeting as long as you use a web browser version.
Okay. So I'm wondering in your settings on your end,
Yeah.
if there's some setting where you have to say give access to annotate for web browser or something like that. That's the only thing I could think of.
Yeah, maybe there's a setting for that.
Yeah. So just like you turned that on the other day,
Right.
I would suggest you, when we're done here, just go to settings. Really, just go to settings and read everything. Yeah. Can I turn this on and err on the side of turning things on?
Yeah. Has it been a minute?
Yeah, so again, close when they come back. Hey guys, game time decision. We're going to mix things up here a bit. We're actually going to pause here at 1 instead of 1:30. We're going to take what we were going to do here, which is up on the screen, and this is going to be your frame for your first peer coaching conversation.
Right.
And want to just put that out there for those of you that need to jump off in a few minutes. Then we'll come back around. We'll hear what you came up with from the car activity and call it a day.
Okay, so close all rooms now.
Yep, close the rooms.
Okay, it says close and it'll close in 57 minutes. Seconds. Okay. Oh, did you get something, Crystal?
Yes, we did.
Okay, good.
Do that. Okay.
One of the guys that was in my group, either Steven or David, if I email this to you, do you mind presenting it? I actually need to run to a project review.
Yeah,
I'm
and if
sorry,
you-
I have to leave at 1 p.m. also.
Yeah, this is Steve. I need to leave at 1
Yeah,
for
so
another meeting as
Okay.
well.
we're going to have to adjust our plan because it sounds like a lot of people have to jump off. There's a couple of meetings and there's an all hands and all this stuff. So we're going to adjust real quick here.
All right. So Walt, what's the game time decision here?
Okay, so we're going to wrap up here by 1. That's in 2 minutes, so that you can go to your other meetings. So the chart that you see on your screen right now, this was going to be what we're going to do next in the next 30 minutes. What we're going to do is going to pull this into our triad assignment. So when I send you the triad assignments tomorrow, you'll be seeing this again, and there'll be some more instructions on what to do. But we'll just have to pull that into your triad conversation about taking the next step and how do you apply the strategy for DiSC, just because we're running out of time.
All right, guys. So real quick before we break here, let's go ahead and do a quick share. So who, somebody from the D, what kind of card you come up with and motto?
All right, for the car, we decided on a hybrid, if you will, but not the hybrid you're thinking of. The first thing we thought of was the Thrust SSC, which is a jet-powered car that holds the land speed record on the Mojave Desert. There's some pretty cool YouTube videos out there. But we also said that's probably us at our best, breaking all these awesome records. But at our worst, we're probably a Hummer, large, obnoxious, bowling over people. Taking up way too much room. So we couldn't narrow down to one bumper sticker. So we have some finalist candidates for you. I'll just read them off. I'm not driving fast. I'm flying low. We have maximum warp, engage.
Yes.
And for those who are Star Wars as opposed to Star Trek, we have Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs.
There you go.
We also have What Are Brakes and Riding Solo.
Very nice. I love that you've got that at our best and at our worst, and you've got two different two different cars, but and your description, your visual, man, what a great way to capture the essence of those Ds. All right, so S's. I'm skipping the I because the two I's in the group weren't here today. S's. What'd you come up with?
Is Ben on still? I didn't know he had a 1 o'clock too.
Yeah, I think
Yes.
Ben's still on right now. But
Oh, okay. Well, I'll go ahead and we came up with a Subaru station wagon.
Uh-huh.
It's practical, it's reliable, and it's versatile.
There you
And the bumper sticker is, he's got a few different ones. He added AAA kind of bumper sticker.
go. AAA.
Yeah, good. Ben, do you want to add the other ones? Or yeah, he's got peace/love and then coexist.
Coexist. Yes, that's an awesome one. All right.
There you go.
That's really good.
Those are good
And
ones.
if you guys could email those to Walt when we're done here, we can pull those together and send those out. These sound like
Yes,
a lot of fun.
Please do.
All right. How about the C?
Do we have any C's? David or Gautam?
Yep. Yeah. I'm not sure was Dave. I don't know if Dave was the one who had the PowerPoint. I couldn't see who it was.
Okay.
They may have had to drop off. But I guess in summary, we came up with like a feature-rich Tesla, but like an SUV style to accommodate lots of folks with good reliability and high consumer reports ratings. Fully outfitted with all the software features, self-driving, GPS capability, good robust communication capability, everything fully upgradable, tinted windows because we like our privacy, and I think a gray or dark gray that doesn't stand out. In some cases,
flashy,
might
right?
actually blend with road salt. That's all I can think of. Does anybody else remember some more of the topics we had?
I think you might be the last C on the on the call
okay.
here.
Okay.
Do you recall what the bumper sticker said?
It was like we have it all.
We have it all, right? Yeah. So a lot of emphasis on good engineering, good data at the fingertips to make calculated decisions. Tend to be maybe a little more cautious. So we've got our lane detection warnings and all these safety features and so forth. So you get the gist. And again, like the eyes typically might be like a double-decker party bus, like I said, with a hot tub on the top, or you have plenty of room for usually all the eyes have lots of passenger seating, lots of fun music blaring, some kind of social bumper sticker on the on the back. So again, that lively, high-spirited, outgoing type element. So really well done, guys. I know people need to drop off here, but really good job capturing the essence of these different types, and appreciate the creativity. We're going to be talking a lot more about this concept one-on-one and in our future workshops. So this is really just the starting point for this conversation. So Walt, did you want to do the wrap up as far as what you see as the next steps?
Well, just quickly, because I know people got to go and some people have already dropped off, but you'll be seeing more information come in tomorrow when we send out the triad assignments, and that'll kind of help us take the next step. And of course, we have the 360s. If you haven't gotten your Raiders in forms, I'm going to be bugging you about that, but we got the 360s coming up, and then the coaching session. So there's a lot of good activity, a lot of good feedback coming up.
Yeah, so we'll keep this conversation going. Appreciate your flexibility and having to cut short and adapt on the fly here. But please, if you did capture the output from your breakout group there with the car, send it to Walt, because these sound like real creative. We want to get these visuals out to everybody as well.
Yes.
Be on the lookout for get those 360s in. Be on the lookout for the invites for the sessions, and we'll keep the conversation going.
Thanks, everybody.
All right. Thank
Thank you.
you. All right. Have a good day.
You too.